time, we'll go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome world number 13, Brooks Koepka, to the interview room here at the Worldwide Technology Championship at Mayakoba. Brooks, thank you for joining us. We always do appreciate it and won't take much of your time. You're making your third start here in the event. Just a couple comments on the decision to add this to your schedule, and I know you haven't had a chance to see the course other than the Pro-Am 9, but just some thoughts on that and being back here this week.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. I think the course is even in better condition than it was last year. Not as soft. Greens seem a lot better. Just overall condition seems a lot better than it was last year. So it'll be exciting and good weather. Just added this one. I mean, I've been playing so bad for so long, so I'm just trying to play my way out of this thing and figure it out, and hopefully come out this other side soon.
Okay, well, your comment on thinking of playing so bad that I'll skip my second question of how you feel like you're coming into the week. I did have one write-in question from a gentleman who couldn't get online, and his question was, how important was your experience playing in Europe early on, as far as kind of the setting the stage for you to become the world-class player that you are today?
Yeah, it was a big thing for me. I think maybe not so much as far as like golf-wise, maybe more of just becoming a man and growing maturity-wise off the golf course and things like that. I think it was very, very important. And I got to travel the world and do what I love to do for the first 3 years of my pro career in places I've never been, and I really enjoyed that. And I look back, and I think that's part of why I've had the success that I've had.
Okay, well, with that, we'll take a few questions. We'll start with Daniel Rappaport with Golf Digest. Daniel, go ahead.
Hey, Bryce. With the news that Greg Norman's now going to be the CEO of this new Live Golf Investments situation that is operating over in the Asian Tour, just wondering, what were your thoughts on that news, and where do you stand on sort of the potential? It seems like there's all these different tours and things going on.
Yeah, it seems like there's a bunch of stuff going on, but at the end of the day, there's only one tour I'm playing right now, so I'm only interested in that one.
And then just a quick follow-up, how important is it to you to be able to pick your own schedule?
The freedom, being my own boss is nice, so I enjoy that.
Okay, all right. Next we go to Pete with Multimedias. Pete, go ahead. Pete, you there? All right, why don't we try Fernanda with The Economista.
Thank you. I'm writing about the evolution of golf and golfers, and with that in mind, I would like to ask you, what do you think about the way the introduction of new technological tools has changed the landscape of professional golf? And what softwares do you use in your trainings, and what do they track?
I really don't use much of TrackMan or I bought TrackMan years ago, and I think after like 2 weeks, I just gave it to my brother. For me, that's just how it goes. I get too consumed in numbers and numbers that are unimportant and trying to make everything perfect. And I've kind of done that even with like a yardage book. I can get kind of consumed in the information and want to know everything and want everything to be perfect. Golf's, you can't be perfect in this game, and so I've kind of learned that to kind of put all the information to the side. But yeah, I think it's a big thing. You see over the last maybe 5 years, guys rely on it week in, week out. It's not me. I'm more of a field player, but I think in all sports you're starting to see it. In baseball, you got exit velo, bat speed with these guys, the spin rotation on their ball, on the fastball, curveball, slider, all this stuff. So. It's the same in golf, and guys, just the more information, the better. Especially if you know what you're looking for and know which ones to kind of pick apart and really focus on, and which ones not to.
Okay, we do have Pepe Sports now. Pepe, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Bruce. First off, welcome to Mexico. What do you think about this golf course in Mayakoba and this tournament? that every time more players from the world rankings, top players, are coming here to play this golf course in Mayakoba. And what does it say about playing this tournament out from the United States and attracting a lot of big-time players?
Yeah, it's nice. I think you see, from when I first came down here, and maybe, if I had to guess, 14, 15, 16, somewhere around there, the first time I played it. Yeah, the field's getting better and better every year. I think that's what you're seeing on the PGA Tour. Guys are getting better and better. The players, the field's deep just pretty much every week, and it's cool to see. I don't want to say, the smaller events, but a lot more bigger names are coming to events that weren't previously or didn't previously have the big names, and I think has a lot to do with the FedEx Cup, the wraparound season. Guys don't want to fall behind. There's a lot of things that play into it, but it's nice to be down here and see guys like JT coming, myself, and also too it's fun for the fans to see, because you watch on TV a lot, and it's nice to see it in person.
For example, could you tell us about how you've seen, if you have been able to watch anything, for example, Abraham Ansel and Carlos Ortiz, who in the last year they have won tournaments, and what does that do for the golf in Mexico to have these events and then winning?
Yeah, no, it's obviously big. I mean, if they're going to keep winning, you're going to see a lot of younger kids growing up, idolizing them, getting into the game, becoming fans of the game and fans of them, and I think it's cool to see. It's definitely grown massively down here. I think in the last 2 years with what they've done. I think it's very important, for golf. We want to be a sport that's worldwide, known, every country, everybody's playing it, and I think it's a big thing. You want these kids idolizing them growing up and coming to play. It's exactly like I did. Everybody that's out here idolized somebody, and I think you're going to start to see a lot more guys paving that way even in the next 5 years. Instead of 2-3 guys, you'll see maybe 5 to 10, and I think that just shows the impact they have.
Thank you.
Okay, and it looks like we just got one more question, and that will go to Doug Ferguson with the AP.
Morning, Brooks. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'll ask you the same thing I asked JT and trying to do it better, which I seriously doubt. But we have a collection of top stars who kind of move the sport. JT put it in about 10 to 15. I don't know what you would think about that. Who not only move the sport, but are about to get more and more rewarded. So my question is, how do you reach that level? Is it strictly winning? Is it winning big tournaments? Is it more to that? And if you're kind of a young, college kid coming out, what does it take to reach that upper kind of elite level? I think I sucked, but good luck.
Yeah. Obviously, winning cures all. I think that's the big thing. If you can come play well, it's going to take care of everything. With that being said, I think I kind of get your question of, it depends. I think the world's changing so much with, internet, Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff. I mean, if you get some kid that becomes famous on that, coming up and he's a hell of a player and he gets out here, I mean, he could be more famous than any of us, the following that they have, bringing different people into the game, stuff like that. So I think it'd be really interesting to see the next 10 years, this next generation come through. But as far as golf-wise, I mean, winning is the ultimate cure.
Is it easier? I guess with you, I always think back to you and Jordan, both kind of missing the cut in the second stage there in Dallas. He had a little bit more, I don't know if pedigree is the right word, but certainly
no, you're right.
Profile. Did that make, do you think, not to single out Jordan here, but would it make it easier for somebody like that compared with someone who really just has to go out and, I don't want to call him a journeyman at age 20, but someone who doesn't have that type of recognition? Is it harder for that person?
Yeah, I think so. But at the same time, they've proven themselves week in, I don't want to say week in, week out. Amateur golf, you're not playing week in, week out, but You still got to prove yourself. I mean, be flat out honest. I mean, Jordan won a hell of a lot more than I did in junior golf, even out here. But he was a big name. I mean, everybody loves Jordan. He's a nice guy. Does all the right things, says all the right things, and I think you can see that. That's why he's so well loved by not only guys out here, guys he plays with, knows, sponsors, all these different things. But yeah, I think it just comes down to playing good. That's really what I think it boils down to. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see with how crazy this social media stuff is, and how famous you can be as a 12-year-old on TikTok or something like that. And one of those kids gets good out here, I think he could be probably bigger than the rest of us. And he doesn't even need to be as good, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
Okay, jump the gun just a bit. We got Abraham, then we'll finish with Daniel. Abraham, go ahead quickly, please.
Yes. How are you, Brooks? Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother is playing the Q School for PA2 Latin America this weekend. Each year, more and more players come the whole route from PA2 Latin America to winning on the PA2. What would you think is the best route to get eventually to the PA2? You went through Europe, but your brother is playing through PA2 Latin America.
I don't know if there is a right route to say it. I think it's so individualized. I don't want to speak for my brother, but for me, I love the way I did it. I wouldn't want to do it any other way. I grew so much as a person, a player. Really just kind of was able to focus on golf for 3 years and really kind of devote myself to it. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be where I am today. I don't believe. Now my brother, he tried it, and I don't think he was as fond of it as I was, or didn't embrace it or enjoy it. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm just, like I said, I'm not speaking for him, but I'm assuming that's what it is, because he did come back here and wanted to play, Corn Ferry and had his card over here. But it's going to be a different route for him. Missing out in Q School, I felt real bad for him, but he played well yesterday, shot 6 under. So, one of those things where you just gotta pay your dues. I don't want to say on the lower tours, and just keep grinding away, and hope every week's going to be your week, or the next week's going to be your week where it's a breakthrough. And there's a lot of guys that deserve to be out here that just aren't out here. They just haven't caught the break. It's all about timing. Whether you play good one week, whether it be Q School or Monday qualify, whatever it might be. There's plenty of different routes, which I think makes this sport so beautiful. There's plenty of different ways to get here.
Thank you.
Okay, the true last question go. We'll go back to Daniel. Daniel, bring it on.
What an intro. Thank you, Gary. Brooks, you mentioned at the beginning that you feel like you've been playing so bad for so long. No.
Daniel, you're breaking up on that. Hey Daniel, turn around.
You repeat that? It cut the whole thing cut out. Sorry.
Sorry. What I said was, you mentioned at the beginning that you feel like you've been playing so bad for so long, and knowing that you're not a range rat, how do you go about trying to play your way out of it? Is it just trying to hoping something clicks, or are you working on something specific?
No, I am a range rat. I'll sit in the range and all day. I'm healthy now, so I can practice and do everything I want to do. I've just been grinding, man. It's you go through periods where you just feel like you've got no control of the club head, or you don't know exactly where your swing is and what you're doing, and it's just frustrating. I don't think I'm playing as bad as probably I've led on, but the consistency is just not there. There's certain shots that just aren't there. Not what I'm used to seeing, I guess is a good way to put it. But I look at it, it's been tough. Injuries for 2 years. I got surgery on the right knee, left knee's better now, but it wasn't good for a while. And you start making compensations because you can't I mean, like when my knee bends a little bit, I still don't know how far it's bending. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever had surgery, you still don't know kind of where you're at for a little bit. And, you know, maybe hesitant to get on your left side when the left knee was hurting, or right side when the right knee. You kind of playing this yo-yo game and trying to find a balance. And it's just been a little bit more difficult. A lot more work's been put in. And like I said, I'm just trying to play my way through it. You know, originally I wasn't going to play this event, but I'm not going to get any better sitting at home. I mean, I'd rather come out here and, you know, I'm not saying I'm trying to miss the cut, but if I miss the cut, at least, you know, I put in work and maybe found something. You know, sometimes I've left tournaments, you know, with a missed cut and found something, or that one golf shot on the 17th hole, you hit it, you got a feeling. That's all you're looking for, is that one feeling. And you almost seem like you're on your way and just going to on the right track, and you never know, you can rattle off a good year, a good couple months, whatever it might be, just from that one swing.
Thanks, Steve. Good luck this week.
Yeah.
All right, Brooks, well, that's all we got.